What's up, everyone? Today we'll be doing a Sion Jungle video. So, as you guys kind of know, Sion is pretty much brand new in the game. Just came out, let's say, a couple days ago. So we're going to be doing a jungle guide video for him, like usual. Yes, he is mainly a top laner, but his secondary role is a jungler. You can see him as support sometimes. He can, but in reality, its top is like 90%. He can flex the jungle. But you can, especially because he's overpowered right now, you can really carry with Sion easily. And what you want to do is a 2-camp clear. You do not want to do a 3-camp clear. For these champions that jungle clear slowly, you mostly want to do a 2-camp clear. Like you see me do Shen 2-camp clear, not 2-camp clear. Champions that are faster, maybe a Wukong, something like that, you see me do a 3-camp clear. So yeah, you want to do take your first ability first, which is your smash. It's decimating smash. Then you get your second ability, which is gonna be your, I think it's called blood shield or force shield. It gives you a big shield, as you can see, and then it can detonate. It's really good for AOE damage. Your Q does, I believe, I think it's 200 more damage to monsters, so it's pretty high. I could be wrong, could be 150. But your Q does a ton of damage to monsters and monsters. It does less to minions. The reason being is because in the jungle, if you're gonna clear, you need a little bit of speed, and then if you're gonna clear minion waves, you don't want to be that OP. Here, I try to get, I flash, and I mess up. My intention wasn't really to flash there. I was actually gonna flash out because I thought I got snared, but I kind of messed it up. Mirror kind of falls around. Morgana falls around. I get into this fight here, but I get a kill. Actually, no, I don't. Sorry, I don't get a kill. I get a kill on Morgana. I thought I got a kill on Samir, but no. He flashes out, but that's worth it. 2 for 1, I'll take it. I think we give Samira the kill, which kind of sucks, but aside from that, we get a kill and John gets killed. That's fine. This was a kind of iffy lane because our ADC was just like, I don't know what she was doing. She was just playing dual top. I have no idea. Scuttle crab. So a couple things. You can actually kick the scuttle crab towards you or to a wall or to the enemy jungle. Here I kick it towards that wall to stun it. So his third ability is that kick. I think it's called Slayer's Roar of the Slayer, I believe it's called, yeah. And what that does is it kicks a minion or a small monster back, and whoever it slows that one, and it slows whoever's behind it. So like if I kick a cannon minion in between the whole minion wave, it'll slow the whole minion wave, and it stuns the one kicked. It's a wall too. So Sion's got a lot of stuns. He's got a good, like, I guess you can call it it's not really a snare, more like a knockup. Here, I ult, and then boom. The damage is just too much with your ult and your Q when you fully charge it. Here, try to up-press Morgana, stun her. I kind of get out of her cage. She gets a snare on me, which is fine. Couldn't really chase her there anyways. And, yeah, so you just want to be really oppressive with Sion in the early game, in the terms of if you're ganking. Aside from that, you want to farm a lot with Sion, because its passive, Glory and Death, does 2 things. It gives you the reanimation, as we saw there. When you die, you revive a Sion, right? And then the other thing it gives you is that stacking health. So my health is always stacking, and almost everything in Sion's kit works off his health, his second ability, even his third ability, his ult. I think his third ability may work off AP if I'm correct. A couple of them may scale with health and AP, and then I think the first ability scales with 80. So like, but everything kind of scales with health. The more health you have, the stronger you are with Sion, essentially. And you can build some AD, like I like to build Sterex Gauge, like I'll show you on this video. There's AD options. You can go Black Cleaver, but in reality, you don't really need it. We miss here. You have to flash. I missed again, which kind of sucks. Kale is a blessing because here we just do too much damage for Cat between me and Kale. Sion does a ton of damage with the red, and we get that kill. At this point, we kind of built our Sunfires. Y'all can see we're not doing too bad on gold compared to who was their jungler. I believe it was Aurelia. Yeah. No, sorry, it was a Nami jungle. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever. It was a Nami jungle. Here, that's what you want to do. You want to just ult to lane like that. I ulted right down the lane, got Samira. You get him out of position like that, you get the ult. You have to kind of calculate it from base, but it's not too hard. But Sion does have a learning curve. I wouldn't say he's difficulty level 1. They say he is, but I guess his mechanics aren't hard to use, but they're hard to position properly. Here, I mean, just snare, and the snare does so much damage, then you detonate the Q to get the kill. I feel like Nami's gonna come over. Janna's shielding really helped. Here we take some damage. And then I actually decided to go back in because we're gonna lose the dragon here. And so I Q it, I smite it. Janna's the one taking the damage from Samira, which is completely fine. I actually prefer that because here we couldn't really live, but we're able to beat the crap out of Samira and get a kill. And we beat a little bit of Katarina, but unfortunately Kill can't kill her either.
Enemy double kill. Enemy double kill.
Sion's biggest weakness is probably types of... It's really maybe... I wouldn't even want to say it's AP necessarily, but AP is kind of weaker than armor for you. Here we just ult from base. We're gonna hit Aurelia. Aftershock Q. Boom. Like, that's the thing. The aftershock damage plus that, all that combined is just a ton. And I only have what? I have a BF sword and a long sword. That's decent damage, but it's not a ton. Especially because Sion's scalings on AD are pretty low aside from his first ability. You smash. So here you just clear here. I mean, Sion's just, he has pretty decent jungle clear. The problem with it is not as it's actually I think faster than Shen's. The problem with Sion is his ganks aren't very effective unless you have the space to make them. But if you're against like if I guess even a Yi maybe, but if you're against, you can counter Yi pretty hard. If you're against champions that just perma-farm or don't farm as fast, like another tank, like a Nunu or something, Sion's a great pick. If you're against more like an Olaf, things like that, it's a little trickier. So that's why I guess Sion wouldn't be kind of in the meta here. We ult and it's beautiful. She walks right into it. I don't know why. Kale ults us, which is beautiful, and then we get another big knockup. Here we get the auto attack. We get the triple kill. We die, but that's fine. Triple kill is so much better. And we help take the rest of the tower here. Try to at least. So at this point, we've got a Sterak's Gauge. And so, Sterak's Gauge, Boots, Sunfire. We get the Mercurial Stone Plate. That's really going to help with all that CC that they're throwing at us. In the sense of Katarina slow, Samira, Morg snare, Nami knockup, all that's gonna produce. They had a lot of CZ. Here I slow, I get the knockup on Samira, and then I just ult. I see her low, I just ult because I knew that was gonna happen. Here we get the knockup on Nami, she dies, and we're tanky as hell. Look, we haven't even. Their damage is like not bothering me. It's like non-existent. And I don't have any major armor items. It's just me scaling my passive. And maybe the stone plate, but that's about it. I have Sterak's Gauge and all that shielding between stone plate, Sterak's Gauge, your own shield. It provides so much that you don't even need armor till the later games, stages of the game. That's why unless you're behind with Sion, I would rather take, and I mean really behind, I would rather take Stoneplate. You do a lot of damage with Stoneplate. And it's very similar to the PC build that used to be in place, except there's no Titanic Hydra. If there was, you better watch out, this build will be disgusting. It already is, it'll be like over the top, like you wouldn't be able to handle it if you had Titanic Hydra. Here we're gonna ult straight into the fight. We get Samira, and we're just a tank, man. Like, look at this. They threw everything. No damage. Here I try to get her, I can't really get her. You just keep on farming. Like, that's the thing though. You never want to stop farming, even if you say, oh, I'm full build and we're waiting for objectives to come up. Farm, sorry about that. Just farm, because you get those passive health stacks stacked, and that's so important. Here I take the Gromp, get my health a little bit back, and then we start the dragon. I was looking and I thought it was a better idea to go help, so I did. We ult moored. We messed up the direction of it, which is fine though, because Cat actually went in, and we try to auto attack her to death. Can't really get her. We don't have mana, that's the problem. No mana, so we can't really get a kill. But I just farm out this.
Ally slain.
Because we need to get, I prefer rather get the wave pushing. I get the ruby crystal, not the ruby crystal, sorry. The honey fruit. Then we take this little crap that appears, and quickly kick him in the dragon. Later on down the line, I'll show you all a video of how you can combo jungle with Sion, but it's not as easy as you guys may think. Here, Aurelia goes right in for a trap. You get it. Morgana flashes away, so I let her go, and I ult right in the middle. Samira's going nowhere if I ult like that. Where's she going? She's got to run. She's dead. That should be enough for us to start dragon, so we do. It's a 3v3 down there, and they have to keep 3 at least. Although Katarina could go in and get a double kill right there easily. She gets Ashe, so yeah. But we take drag. I'm kind of see the fight go on. He's gonna get, yeah, at least the kill. I like the healing. I think Janna dies maybe. Ooh. If Morgana has an ignite, she has one with Zone down. But yeah, let's come to the fight. We bought Deadman's Plate, and then to Thornmail. That's the core of your build. Sunfire, Sterex, Deadman's. You can build a Bramble Vest in between, like for a Thornmail and stuff like that, but that's the core. Look how fast we are. We're fast. We're tanky. We got a lot of shielding, a lot of health. We do damage. It's just a very good build. Here I miss Samira. Then I miss Aurelia, so I just ult in the corner. The reason I do that is so I don't get caught out in the middle of a fight. Because when you're stopping Sion's ult, you can take a lot of damage. So try not to stop it unless you really have to. I'd rather crash into a random wall far away where they can't get to me as fast and then run away. You have a pretty short ult cooldown as Sion, so I wouldn't worry too much about wasting your ult and missing it. It's better to have no engage on Sion ult than have a really bad engage and your team not be able to follow up. That's the biggest mistake you can do. Your Kayle ults me. I wish you would have ulted later, because I could have used it now going in. And I go for Mord. We try to get Cat, but we couldn't stop her. Kept on going for Cat. Kayle was able to snag her up for us. We slow Morgan for Kayle with our root. Royal of the Slayer. Here we're just trying to tank the tower a little bit. Trying to clear those minions. Our stone plate goes in. Tank a little bit more. And then we clobber those minions, start pushing. I mean, this is the ult on us. And the reason we held the Q there, you say, oh, I'm not gonna hit her, its zones are off, and that means Kale can just easily get the tower. And then they surrendered at that point, so we kind of won this game. We kind of had nowhere to go. But y'all can see, we went 10, 3, and 13 for MVP. 22,000 damage, that's the most in the entire game as a tank. We tanked the most as well, 85% of team fights, and second highest gold behind Kale. That's really impressive for just a tank champion. It's not supposed to do a lot of damage, that's how tanks are busted. Sion's just busted right now. I want to show you all the build, as well as the little event real quick. So the build first. As y'all can see, it's a Cult Fighter tank. It's just Sunfire, Stone Plate, into Mercurial, into Deadman's and Thornmail and Force of Nature. Let's say you want to swap stuff. Let's say they don't have Magic Resist. They don't have any, any AP damage, Warmox. Let's say you're not doing too well and you can't really afford Styrax. Well, you trade it out for Thornmail, you get your Deadman's, you'd probably get a Randuin's in here and call it a day. Let's say you need more healing. You're getting burst down in fights, you need healing. You can get Warmogs and Spirit Visage. That's another combo you can do right here. That's really good. So there's a couple options. You are a little bit limited in the physical area. The only place I would suggest is Styrax Gauge or Black Cleaver. Dead Stance can be taken, but it's not really necessary. It's kind of a waste of gold. But you can take it. You can experiment with it. I've been wanting to do it. I will soon. But Cleaver, it's also somewhat of a waste because your E gives you, your Royal Slayer gives you Armor Pen. But taking Cleaver like first item right here and then taking Sunfire isn't a bad option. You do a lot of damage to Cleaver in the early game, so it is an option. But the standard build is really Sunfire, Styrax, Deadman, Thornmail, and these are interchangeable. After the Sunfire Styrax, you can get Thornmail first if you need it, or you can get Deadman. Same thing if you're behind. Again, I said don't worry about the Styrax. And then the last one, as we said, was Force of Nature. You can go Spirit's Visage. It's really up to you. I just feel like when you don't have auto healing abilities in your kit, like a Mundo, then Spirit Visage is kind of not useful unless you have a Warmogs armor. I'd prefer to just get a Warmogs armor, so kind of depends there. But as for runes, you can go Grasp of the Undying and do a lot of damage. I just don't think it's very helpful in the jungle until the mid-late game. Hey, but it could be really good. I prefer Aftershock. It really helps you while you're going in early game, and it gives a little bit of damage, but it helps you mostly with those defenses and doesn't let you take that much damage while going in with your ult or your smash. Weakness, just when you CC them, they take more damage. It's good. Conditioning is really important if you're getting Sunfire Styrax, because you need that bonus AR/MR that it gives you in the beginning to sustain while you get your actual armor and magic resist. And I take Nimbus Cloak for a reason. So after I Ghost or I Flash, it's really good to take Nimbus Cloak because it helps you get away in certain instances. I like Ghost, but Flash is just fine. You can take either one, it really doesn't matter. You do need Smite, of course. And yeah, the boots are optional change, but that's the main key of the build. If you really want to get spicy, I can go back here. You can go for Iceborne Gauntlet. So you can go like this. That's not a bad build either. It's just that you may be lacking a little bit of health and damage. So there's a lot of options with Sion. Everything in defense, except for maybe Hextech Mega Drive and Winter's Approach, is pretty much up for grabs. Even Guardian Angel, Frozen Heart, the Seed Jar is actually pretty interesting. So a lot of the stuff in physical reality, the only things up for grabs is again GA, Black Cleaver, Dead Stance, and Starax. If you're laning, maybe Hullbreaker, but that's for laning Sion, not jungle. You can go lethality Sion, but it's best to go tank. But yeah, guys, that's the build. I hope y'all enjoy it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.